Hello students, welcome back to my channel. In our previous lecture, we will discuss about Standard 12, Computer Subject, Chapter number 2, Cascading Style Sheet and JavaScript, in which we will discuss about selector, property and value, and we learn the limitation of HTML and how CSS can solve this limitation. Now today we will talk how you can able to use CSS in Composer. Now what is our goal? Our goal is we want H1, heading 1, as you can see here where the mouse is moving, heading 1 with font Times New Roman, uppercase, center align, background color blue, light blue, and border dotted border. This we want, but with the help of Composer. So how it is possible? Let's learn. Assume that we want to design a website and the heading on all the websites should follow a particular style. Means in our whole website we want headline 1, heading 1 with the same uniformity style. For example, all the heading 1 H1 inserted in the web pages should follow the style as given, and then this list as I read. Now follow the steps given to create the CSS for above heading. We have to open a new file and then we have to give the title name and then we need to save the file. So we exactly follow what is mentioned. We will save this file where it required to go for title first. So I give title as welcome and the name of the file I am giving over here is my file 3, okay, on desktop. So here our file is ready for work. Now see, in the composition toolbar select the cascade button CSS. Now this icon can ask in exam. How? They will give this icon as a question and ask you this icon relate with which toolbar, or what is the name of the icon, or another way, this is the question, okay, among the following which is the icon indicate cascade button, then out of 4 icons you have to select the correct one. Alright, so we will click on cascade button and this will open dialog box as shown in figure 2.3, and using this dialog box we will define the styles for each element. Now we will follow this. Here we have CSS icon. I hope you can able to see this. So we have to click over here and this dialog box is open. The title, the heading of the dialog box is CSS style sheets. Okay, now we read what is given in textbook. Click on the first radio button, style applied to all the elements of type. So I will click on style applied to all elements of type. So I'll click here. Okay. Then from the drop down menu choose an element to create the style rule. As we want to create the style for heading 1, we have to select H1, heading 1 from the drop down menu as shown in figure 2.3. So you can able to see here we have to select H1. So we will click on this drop down. You can able to see here this arrow is given. So we'll click on that and then we select H1. You can able to see here H1 is there. So we select H1. Now next point, click the create style rule button and you will see that CSS style sheet dialog box remains open but option will change. Now we have to click on create style rule button. Okay, please underline create style rule button. We will click on create style rule button. Dialog box remain open but option will change. See this. I hope you observe. Now from this dialog box so many creative questions asked in previous board exam papers. These are the tabs of CSS style sheet, and from these tabs so many questions asked in board exam. So let's read about them. From the drop down menu, choose an element, that is we already completed. Then we click on create style rule button, that also completed. Now figure 2.4 shows the H1 element just below heading internal style sheet on the left pane of the window. See, here it shows H1. Here it shows H1 under internal style sheet on the left side of the dialog box. On the right side of the window, you will see various tabs like general, text, background, box, border, list, orals. Each of these tabs can use to give specific style to an element, but all the tabs may not be applicable to the selector for which the style rule is created. All this can be helpful for a variety of things, but it depends on which selector you are doing. Right now we are using H1 selector, so only few which are compatible with H1, they will work out, others will not activate. Next, select H1 in the left pane of the window and click on the text tab as shown in figure 2.5. This will show various style options like font family, font size, line height, case, alignment, and many more. Now from this the question asked in board exam, that when you are on text tab, among the following which option is not visible? Font family, font size, line height, these are the options visible when you click on text tab. See, now I select H1 and I click on text tab. You can able to see here font family is there, okay, font size is there, font weight is there, case is there, alignment is there. So in option 1 option is given which is not available over here, and that we have to find out. That was question asked in board exam. Now what we do, see, we will now select the option as per style required for H1. In the font family section, select predefined radio button and choose Times New Roman from the drop down menu. So we will do this. We click on predefine. I hope you can able to see here, predefine, and then we select Times New Roman. Okay, this is Times New Roman. Then next, choose uppercase from the case menu and center from the alignment menu. Uppercase from case menu, from case uppercase, and from alignment center. Alignment we use center. Okay, next, figure 2.5 shows the option selected. As you change the option, you will see the default text in the window change automatically according to the style. This change according to style. It comes in center, Times New Roman, uppercase means capital letter, and in center alignment. To set the background color, select the background color tab, and this will open option for the background as shown in figure 2.6. So here I click on background. Here I have a two choice. Either I can keep any photograph in the background, or I can able to go for color. I want to go for color, so I click on this palette and I choose the color. And I click on OK. As you can see, background color is available. Next, in the color option, click on the color palette, which I already did. This open block background color dialog box. Dialog box, you have to remember, students. Please see that you can able to remember the dialog box. Here the dialog box is block background color dialog box. Okay. Select the color of your choice and press OK button. Next, Figure 2.8 shows the background tab after selecting the color. If you want to keep an image in the background, then in the image option, click on choose file and select the file for the background. So if you want photograph, then that is also possible. You can able to do so by putting the photographs by choose file and select the file for the background. Next, now we talk about border. To set the border, select the border tab. This will open the options for the border as shown in figure 2.9. So I'll click on border. Now you see one line is tick mark. All four sides use same border style. Students, if you remove this tick mark, means in all four sides you are allowing to change different style of border. This tick mark indicate what? Whatever style you select over here, that will apply to all four sides, same to same. But if you want all four sides different, then you have to remove this tick mark. Okay. Now see what the theory says. If you want to apply the same border on all four sides, tick the check mark in the front of the text, that is all four side use same border style. This you have to underline. All four side use same border style. You will see that only one option top will be enabled and all other are disabled. Okay, here you can able to see in border only top is enabled. You can see the blue background, they are disabled. Next, this is because the effect made a single side will be applied on all four sides. From the drop down menu style, select the dotted. You can specify the width and the color of the border as per your choice, and we can also see the preview of the border style used by us, and then click on OK button. So now I go for dotted over here. I hope you can able to see preview over here. Then I say thick border and color is red. I hope you can able to see this. So dotted border, thick border and red color. There are more options also available if you select other tabs in the window, but in our example we require only selected options for applying H1. Now click on general tab. This will show the CSS code which is generated as shown in figure 2.10. If you know HTML coding, that is my previous lecture of this lesson, then you can able to edit the code. This code you can able to change the way how you want. You can able to change them. So we click on general team area, like general area. Here you can able to see border style dotted, border color red, font family Times New Roman, uppercase, center, background color, everything is set. Now suppose if you want H2, now it is for H1, for H2 I want something else, then see what is given. Thus we have created the style to be applied for H1 tag. We can use the same procedure to create a style for any other element in the web page. To add other element like H2, H3, H4, paragraph, click on the arrow of CSS button, that is this button, in the upper left corner of CSS style sheet dialog box. Please underline CSS button and choose the style rule from the drop down menu. We have to select style rule from the drop down menu, and after adding the style rule elements, click on OK button. So we will do this. Here we have an icon what is given in textbook, so we click on that style rule. Now we select H2 for example, and then we click on the create style rule. Then we clarify case, lowercase, alignment, right, predefine, Arial, background color, green, like that. Clear? So now For H1 we have a this, for H2 we have a this. Both are ready. Now click on OK button. So for H1 border dotted, Times New Roman, background green. Okay, all these are available. Now I click on OK button. Now you can see no effect available right now. Why? Read the paragraph. Let us now use the CSS created for H1 tag in a web page. In Format Toolbar 1, select the Heading 1 option to insert a heading in the page. When you select Heading 1 option, your cursor will automatically be placed in the center of the web page, as we had applied center alignment. And if you type some text, the text will appear in uppercase with the font style Times New Roman. And figure 2.11 shows a web page that use Heading 1 text with CSS applied to it. So now whenever you insert Heading 1 on the web pages, the style will remain the same for all. So we will do this practically. We click on body of the text, we click here, and then we select Heading 1. Okay, so here I go for Heading 1, and here I start writing. I typing in lowercase small alphabet, but it display in uppercase only. Okay, why it happens so? Because we select all the CSS cascading style sheet. Now select the source tab at the bottom of the window to view CSS style sheet code, and show CSS code in the head section of the web page source. Underline this sentence. It can be asked which section. Okay. Now we try to click on source. Here we have a source option, see. So I click on source, and I hope you can able to see H1 and H2, both of them are there. This is H1 and this is H2. This is outside curly bracket, first word is selector, then from bracket to bracket declaration, and then property is to value. Now advantages of CSS. See, from the above discussion we can say that CSS allowed us to set the format of the website without changing the underlying structure. By separating the layout and format properties of the website from its underlying logical structure, we can make changes to the website without fear of accidentally changing the data. Means what? They are saying that there is no scope of accidentally, by mistake, changing data, because it has a logical structure. For example, if I change the color over here from red, if I mention, for example, yellow, then wherever H1, all H1 automatically become yellow. So accidentally changing data means some will go for yellow color border and some will not go for, that will not there. It will apply to all. It will apply to all. The web designer's job is made easier as to change the style of an element. He only needs to make the modification in the CSS file. From yellow somebody say now I want pink, then everywhere you don't require to go for change, you have to change over here only. By changing over here, automatically it will change everywhere. Since we have to set the style for each element only once, the CSS has less code compared to that in HTML, because the coding part is less. As I told you in the beginning of the lecture, in my previous lecture, CSS always use less space, so it load web page faster. Thus the web page will load faster, and using CSS make website designing quick and efficient. Now next is, what are the disadvantages of CSS? What are the drawbacks? See, drawback was there. Now drawbacks are not there. See, the CSS compatibility varies with different browsers. This means that some of the style sheet features are not supported by the browser. You know, in the olden browser, what happened? There is no provision of CSS. So if you open the website which use CSS technique in old browser, then old browser never supports CSS. So in that case, in that situation, you cannot see the web page properly in old browser. But nowadays, the latest browser versions, whatever browser you are using, latest version of browsers are more standard compliant and they are compatible with CSS. So compatibility issue has reduced. So students, this is our CSS. Now in next lecture, we will go to JavaScript. As far as blueprint concerns, students, chapter number 2, chapter number 7, chapter number 8, chapter number 9, these are those lessons which carry out more marks. So in that case, in chapter number 2, JavaScript MCQs are more compared to CSS. So we need to learn them from a very important perspective. So in next lecture, we will go for JavaScript. Till then, if you have any doubt, please share with me on the comment section. And if you have any suggestion, most welcome. You can write in comment section. Okay. So with this, we conclude, students. Please take care of yourself. God bless you.